So, in today's we're talking about the Dragon Ball Legends Part 2 of the anniversary, right? And when we can roughly expect to see the banners drop. Because obviously now we're sort of at, I wouldn't say a dead period of the anniversary, but sort of a little bit of a quieter week we've had. Now, obviously we did have Ultra Gohan return here, obviously as well as other bait banners, right, I'll call them. So, you can obviously tell whatever's coming next, Legends is obviously sort of trying to maybe not quite hype it up as such, but try to get you to spend all your CC, right? Because that's obviously what they do, right? So, obviously these banners here, don't worry about them. They don't really give us a hint towards anything. Don't worry about that. But these bait banners, they do and don't, sort of thing. So, obviously here, this banner goes up for 8 days. Now, this banner, well, Gohan's banner, and I think, okay, maybe not. Okay, these two will be up as well, okay. Yeah, but Gohan's banner, and then obviously Super Gogeta and Super Vegito, obviously, are going to be up still, because I'm speculating roughly we could see it in 5 days, right? Now, obviously, there's a few reasons why I think this. One of them is obviously to do with the Google Play Store, so I'll quickly pull that up just to show what I'm talking about. Because it sort of does, give us a good hint, right? So on the Play Store here, I'm not sure if it's on Apple as well, obviously, because I don't have an Apple device, so I'm not too sure. But you can see here, right, it's got a campaign celebrating Legends 6th anniversary is on now, ends in 5 days, right? Now, obviously, we know the anniversary isn't ending in 5 days, right? So basically what these tabs sort of are, right, is like a promotional thing, right? It's an advertisement just on the game sort of point of view. So obviously, as you can see here, all anniversary stuff. Now, this obviously ends in 5 days, obviously, because that's, like I'm saying, to me, they're sort of hinting at that's when part 2 starts. Well, if not part 2, at least, the next part of the celebration, right? So obviously the next part is part 2. So there probably is other hints as well that does point to this, and we'll have a quick look in game in the news and that, because that sort of gives us a rough idea as well. So basically with the news, we should be able to pull it up, and it should give us a rough time when some events might refresh or stuff like that. Actually, we could just go normal events, right? But usually normal events usually reset during the weekly reset, right? So usually for me, well, I guess Japan time as well, is on a Wednesday. So as you can see, yet again, 5 days for this, right? The food tour. So that's obviously, yet again, lining up with what we saw on the Play Store, right? 5 days for the raid, 5 days for this, 5 days for this. So you can see the pattern, right? They're definitely doing a reset of some sort to give us new events, info, whatever, right? Something new is coming in 5 days. So obviously, for me, that's speculating part 2 banners, right? Now, summon-wise, there's obviously nothing, like I said, nothing really here that does sort of give us a big hint. Like with Dokkan, for example, they usually give us like as an Elder Kai banner, and we can go okay, this is when it's going to reset, right? But as far as I know, there's no banners here that end in 5 days. There's some that are close, right? I mean, these banners not. But like, yeah, I guess the Ultra banners are probably the closest with 8 days to go. But it's going to be hard whether I say to summon or skip, to be honest. Because depending on, it all depends on the part 2 banners themselves, how good the units are and all that. Because like when you look at these banners, for example, like Gogeta's banner, right? It's just a busted banner with all really good units that are really helpful in that. And obviously, the part 2 banners are going to be very similar, right? It's hard to say. Actually, let's have a quick look. We might be able to roughly guess who could be on the banner, right? Obviously, they're going to be LFs, so we'll quickly pull that up. So, obviously, there's a lot here they can do. I'm trying to work out. Beast Gohan could probably be on there. That would probably make a lot of sense. Well, I guess Ultimate Gohan goes to Beast. If it's a what if banner, Goku and Bardock could be on there, but that's depending if it is like a what if sort of character, which I think it probably could be. But yet again, I'm not too sure who it could be, sort of thing. But like I said, there's many units I can bring back. Obviously, these guys can return on a banner very soon. But so that's what I mean. Like, it's hard to say whether I recommend to summon or skip for part 2, because as we all know, part 3 will have the Ultra. So it's obviously still a few more weeks away, right? You don't have to worry about that just yet. But part 2, like I said, just the way they're sort of trying to bait you to summon. Like, obviously with this Gohan here, I did, like I said in my video, I did think he was going to return. Because they want you to spend your CC, right? No matter what, they want you to summon. So it does make sense why they dropped Gohan. But, I mean, he was a good bait. I'll admit, I've done some summons trying to give him 14 stars and he's getting close. But, that's what I mean, man. Like, part 2 could literally be anything. I might do another video talking about that as well. So I think could come for part 2. Or at least the theme for part 2. But, yeah, that's probably going to be it for today's video, guys. Like I said, expect something in 5 days. So the date would be on the 19th, right? So next weekly reset, usually so on, yet again, Wednesday Japan time. So what probably happen is, I would have to assume the day before we'll get something in the news, just sort of saying, you know, special reveals and stuff coming soon, sort of thing. And then the next day, so Wednesday, we'll probably get the update, I'm assuming. But yet again, that could change, because usually like to do it on the weekend sort of thing. But who knows, maybe part 2, they sort of have to bring it forward a little bit more. Because this anniversary does go longer. I should point that out, this does go longer than usual. I think another 2 or 3 weeks more than usual. So we could be seeing a lot of interesting stuff soon. But yeah, it's going to be today's video, guys. Yeah, if you have any other, you know, theories or that as well, who you think's coming for part 2, leave a comment down below. And yeah, if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.